ladies and gentlemen, how you doing today? My name's Bilify, and today we are here to counter a glove. Which glove might that be? Why, of course it's the Scuba Glove! And these are going to be the amazing goobers that are going to be helping to figure out what counters this brand new Scuba Glove. Shout out to Train, Nico, Junyu, Trolly, and Laser. I appreciate all of you, but let's go ahead and let's dive right into it. Okay, so we have to counter two things with this glove. We have to counter the dive and the harpoon throw. The rocks here are going to be a solid option for both. I wouldn't use diamond if you have either mega rock or custom. So we're going to see if we get hit by the harpoon, can we go into the rock after? You can. If you've been harpooned, you can go into the rock. And while you're in the rock, you can't be targeted by the harpoon itself. So as soon as you get harpooned, go into the rock and wait for them to pull. As soon as they pull, you can release. And then when they go into the fish form, just go into the rock, and they can't slap you here. Oh my god, it's like there's a ton of sharks beneath me. This is horrifying. Yep, just wait for them to get done with their ability, and then you can go ahead and get out and go back to fighting them. So I love the rocks here. These will be top counters. I feel like Speedrun would be a good glove to use. I would say that this is more of a deterrent than a counter because you can still be hit with every ability of theirs. Using this glove would just make you a really, really hard target to hit. They would not be able to hit you with the swim. You're just too fast. But the throw, they would have to have really, really, really good accuracy enough to pull you. So this would be a good glove to just run throughout the crowd with. Good throw, oh my god. What a heave from over there. But you get the idea that it's going to be really difficult for them to actually land this, especially if you're around other people. You could bait the throw into somebody else. Like right here, we baited both of those into Laser. Poor Laser. But yeah, you get the gist of what I'm doing here. I think being an MR, you're going to be safe. But you have to be in the ball form. If you're not, then you could be in trouble. But even if they land these on you, I don't think you're going to get that much knockback from it. And when they hit you from below, even if you're close to the side, you can get hit and glide right back to the center. I think reverse should work for both ends here. This should be a top counter. Ooh, I don't think you can have these harpoons hit you while you're in reverse. Correct. And yep, you can counter them when they're in their little fishy mode. The fishy mode does not work on me. Nice. All right, so what happens if you're already harpooned and then you hit reverse? Okay, you still get pulled, so you have to do this before they throw. So yep, reverse is something we will recommend. El Gato is the same thing as reverse, but it takes you a second to start petting the cat, so in this situation, use reverse over El Gato. While in a cloud, you can't be hit by either ability. Well, I should reiterate that. You can be hit by the harpoon, but you're not going anywhere. Even if they grab you, they can't pull you. Being in this cloud is great for that, and even if they're in the ground swimming, they can't hit you out of it. They can redirect where you're looking, but they cannot hit you out. So you could use the Cloud Glove to kind of just cruise around and keep slapping them. This would basically force a slap between the two of you. Bro, look at the way he's riding that. That looks actually insane. What a pose. Aw. You could use this as a combo glove because you can throw harpoons while in the cloud. And all you have to do is just drag it back like that across main. Really funny one. Not really dangerous, but if they're on the edge, it can be really funny. So yep, the unlikely counter of today, Cloud works. I think Blink should be good, but I don't know what happens here if you've already been harpooned. Oh, you can get rid of the harpoons on you. What? I can't be slapped. Yep, so in Blink form, you're great. Blink is always a solid glove to use. It's even better in this case because it blocks out the harpoons before and after and fully nullifies their swim effect. So Blink is 100% a top counter here. Sbeve crew, you're just as safe as ever. The thing with Sbeve is just getting into rock form. If you can get there, you'll be safe. But it has quite a long cooldown, so you gotta be very careful. Oh, I just have harpoons on me now. I carry the weight of these Okay, no, they despawn. And then, of course, you're safe as Sbeve. You're not going to be hit. You're not going to be damaged. You're a rock. You're a rock. I want to say that 64 is going to be the exact same thing as Speedrun. You're really fast and hard to catch, so it would be really, really difficult for them to land the harpoon. As long as you are just constantly moving and you're unpredictable with your movements, yeah, you can avoid them. And as long as they're in their swim form, just don't go near them. Yep, if you are a nimble user and you're really good with your movements, 64 can work just like Speedrun. Maybe even a little bit better. You can, of course, have Scuba Wars, and whoever goes down first into the waters will be the first to die. Yeah, basically, if you see another scuba diver dive, if you dive after them and hover them, they should have to rise first or commit to a death. So just keep that in the back of your head if you're fighting a scuba while using scuba. What happens with the Titan glove here? All right, so if we are big man and the harpoon doesn't look like it hits and the little pokies, don't even waste my time. It has to be a legitimate slap. You can't affect them while they're in their swimming form, so it goes head on head with them in a way. Just be careful of its cooldown. You have a much longer cooldown than them. Slapple should be a good counter here, but everything has to be beforehand. As long as you're in the tree, they should not be able to hit you with a harpoon unless they have a boost. This also protects you against the sharks. You are no longer a minnow. The sharks can no longer grab you. Slapple is going to be a huge defensive tree here. This is a great glove to kind of keep them away from you if you are being hard targeted by even multiple. What happens if you're just vibing with Rattlebones? Oh, we've been hit. What happens? Can he pull Larry? No, he can't pull Larry. Okay. As long as you are in this driver's seat, they can't affect you. And if they're swimming, you can't affect them, and they can't affect you until they get out of it like he did there. So Larry and Rattlebones, I wouldn't say is a direct counter, but I would say is something funny. Swimming Larry! Oh my god! I love gloves that have a funny aspect to it and can counter. Rattlebones fits this quota. Fish can be a counter. You're gonna end up getting hit though, but the thing is, while you're fighting, if you do end up getting dragged or something like that, you can always just fling and get yourself back into safety before they end up slapping you. You just have to watch out. They did nerf you with your cooldown, so that is a thing to definitely watch. And if they come over here and hit you, you can obviously just fish away, and by the time they reach you, they will be out. Fish does work, but it's more of a once you've been hit kind of a glove. Rob should be nice here, but the thing with Rob is you can't get them if they're swimming. I want to say this would remove harpoons. I can't get them. They can't pull me if I've been harpooned though, and they can't hit me with harpoons. You do, I think, have a longer ability timer. Rob here is 100% going to be a counter for you. You just got to watch out for your spawn cooldown. That's where they're going to get you. You can use retro. The only thing that really should happen to you as a retro user is you get harpooned and pulled a lot. But even if that happens, as long as you're on the bomb, well, with the bomb in the first place, you can obviously jump to avoid them swimming, and it will be very difficult for them to actually catch up to you and hit you. So the bomb is great in that aspect. But say you've been harpooned and you get pulled, you can use the bomb to fling. Oh, so if you get hit like that, you can use your bomb to either clear some people out around you or hit yourself into a direction so that your body can fix its ragdoll. So something like that, where if they pull you, you have the bomb ready to go. I think if I'm fighting them, I'm going to be consistently on the bomb. That way, as soon as I see them start to do their pull animation, I can use my bomb and fling myself up in the air, and by the time I land, I'm ready to smack. I think retro's good here. Of course, with Alchemist, using the invincible potion, you're safe. You've heard it a bunch, go ahead and say it with me. All you're gonna need is a piece of elderwood, a mushroom, go ahead and drop your cauldron down, open up your menu, put in 1 piece of elderwood, 2 mushrooms, click the ladle, drink your said potion, and if they try any bit of their moves on you, it's not gonna land. Not the harpoons, and not them swimming. You are a perfect little safe goober in this form here. Nothing should happen to you. Nothing at all until you pull out your glove and then you become dead. What happens with Schlob? So if you get hit, you could obviously just flutter back into the arena, and if you get pulled, you get to go wherever you like. Schlob is something that will keep you alive. This is like fish, but better. This is if you are slap grinding. Yep, definitely gonna say that the Schlob is gonna be a fantastic glove to use and a top counter on this list. If you don't mind being hit and you love slap grinding, this is gonna be your go-to. Avatar should be good here. So with Avatar here, the only thing that will affect you is slaps. So if they try to use the harpoon, it shouldn't connect, and these, while they're swimming, should not connect either. It has to be a slap. So, of course, Avatar, the counter-all glove. The fan glove, I think, is going to be a great combo glove. So as long as you're with your friend and you pull them in the same direction, you should absolutely be able to just yeet them off the map. So, a cool little combo glove. Poltergeist. With this one, I would say if you can possibly get to a side island, go for it, because by the time you get here, your cooldown's going to be ready, and then they won't be able to harpoon your body, and I don't think that they're going to be able to use the swimmer. Okay, so yeah, it has to be a slap. It works as a counter, but it's very weak. This would not be something that I would personally use. It's just something that has the potential to work. What happens with Eggler here? Like, if I go into egg form, I can't be harpooned in this. All right, and with swimmers, yeah, no, perfectly safe. But we'll see what happens when we go into egg while we have been harpooned. All right, we are egg. And we do not get pulled. This works. It's not high on the list, but it definitely works to keep you safe. What happens with Silly? Of course, you can go up in the air if they are in their shark form. And also, like he said, if you use the lollipop, it is like the bomb of retro. So that incentivizes them to not throw this harpoon and pull you, because as soon as they do that, close the distance, Be careful of when you use it, because if you use it too early, you're not going to have that. Use it when you're right next to them. This is a huge deterrent. And a counter. So yeah, Silly's gonna be better than Retro. Definitely recommend Silly here. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be all of the counters that we have found for this brand new Scuba Glove. Like I expected, not that many. When you have a glove that has 2 abilities and they're very strong, you're not gonna find as many as you'd think. Shout out to everybody you see on your screen right now. We've got Trolly, Scho, Ghost, Train, and Nico. I appreciate all of you. Now I have a question for you. Which counter did you think was the best? For me personally, I think if I see one of these goobers running about, I like the Silly Glove. I like the ability to tell them, hey, if you pull me, I'm gonna blow you up. Also, let me know, what glove is your favorite in this? I think my favorite one in this one might be the fan, because it's a nice little combo. That's what's kind of lingering with me right now, but I'm interested to see what yours is. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we all hope that you have an amazing rest of your day or night whenever you end up watching this, and we shall see you in the next one. Later! I got pulled. I couldn't say it.